Hey, shalom, shalom. All right, before I get started with this lesson today, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. All right. Now, in this lesson, I just wanted to go straight into this video. All right, that Elder Yashawamba had went into in his most recent news and prophecy. All right, and this, I just want to get this video just, pointing out the fact, all right, that Esau, Edom, all right, the so-called white man, starting with the elites, all right, they have a severe God complex. You see, the elites, they were given control over the whole earth. You see, they have everything. They have the fatness of the earth. All right, they have the riches. They have everything. You see, but now the next thing they want to do, all right, is have total control over the people, man. They want to play God upon the earth. All right, they want to constantly, all right, surveillance to people, know their thoughts. You see, and only the Heavenly Father knows the thoughts of people. But this is what Esau Edom's trying to get to, knowing the thoughts of the people, man. And he's going to be able to do that through, all right, the MOTB. You see, but the Lord is not going to allow him, all right, to fully, enjoy, all right, his NWO. You see, but let's get into this video. All right, and I'm gonna stop it in between there, make some points, get some scriptures, and we'll call it that. So let's get into it.
My friends, let me introduce you to Yuval Noah Harari, a man chock full of big ideas. He explained during the COVID...
And yeah, Yuval Noah Harari, is a damn demon man, Edomite, all right, small hat. He's an atheist. We used to, us down here at GMS Houston, we call him Klaus Schwab's henchman. His little minion, but get into it.
Crisis. Quote, COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to legitimize total biometric surveillance. If we want to stop this epidemic, we need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin. In a 60 Minutes interview with Anderson Cooper, Harari repeated this idea. Quote, what we have seen so far is corporations and governments collecting data about where we go, who we meet, what movies we watch. The next phase is the surveillance going under the skin. He likewise told India Today when commenting on changes accepted by the population during COVID, quote, we now see mass surveillance systems established even in democratic countries which previously rejected them. And we also see a change in the nature of surveillance. Previously, surveillance was maintained above the skin. Now we want it under the skin. Governments want to know not just where we go or who we meet, they want to know what's happening under our skin. What is our body temperature? What is our blood pressure? What is our medical condition? Now, Harari is clearly a man.
There you go. So how are they going to have surveillance under the skin? Through the MOTB, man, the prophecy written in Revelation 13 and 16. All right, that mark, the RFID, CHIP, that's how they're going to have surveillance under the skin. You see, they had surveillance, out of the skin, all right, cameras and whatnot, all right, phones. You see, but now they want surveillance under the skin. They want total control over the people, man. They want to know your blood pressure, your temperature, and as we go further into this video, as we go further into this video, they even want to know your thoughts. All right, certain emotions that you have when you're watching a particular, how should I say, a news station. You see, and this point I was gonna make. Yeah, this is how they're gonna do it through the MOTB. All right, that's how they're gonna have total surveillance of the people, putting a chip under your skin, man. And you have camps that are not warning their people of this, man. This is a very, very important prophecy, man. You got camps such as IUIC. They lightly esteem this prophecy of the mark of the beast written in Revelation 13 and 16. Oh, it's just an embargo. Oh, it's sin. Or it's sleeping with the white woman. Or it's all these, things, all these false doctrines coming up about the MOTB. You see, and it's clearly evident that the MOTB, all right, the mark of the beast is what? The chip. And they're talking about it here right now. Matter of fact, let's get Revelation. All right. Revelation 13 and 16, it says, and who is the he? Esau, Edom. All right, starting with the elites. You see, it says, and he causeth all, and really the beast, but we know, all right, the beast are all Edomite ruled kingdoms. You see, starting with the elites who have control over this world. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Right, so everybody, every individual people, whether you be small and great in the society, rich or poor into society, or whether you be in prison or not, everybody is going to receive what? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You see, and what is this mark? Let's go into this word mark. All right. Mark in the Greek is charagma, a stamp, an imprinted mark. You see, and it says a mark branded upon horses, a thing, car, sculpture, graven work. You see, so this mark is gonna signify your allegiance, your obedience to this beast system. You see, it's gonna show that Esau Edom has ownership over you if you have this mark, that you're fully down with his system. All right, and that you worshiping the beast. You see, this is a mark. This is a physical thing. Now let's go into the root word of this word charagma. All right, which is karax in the Greek. It says a pale, a stake, or a palisade or rampart. Pales between the earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and patched together. You see, in this karax is talking, and look, even if you go into the root word, it says from karasso, to sharpen, to a point. You see, and this is talking about the device that's going to be used to penetrate your flesh and to deliver the RFID chip, that mark. You see, let's I got this right here, a picture. This is it. You see, in all these videos, you know, I have multiple videos up on my channel, all right, of people getting, all right, the mark of the beast. You see, and it's already here. The technology is already here. We're just waiting for it to be fully implemented upon the people, mandatory upon the people, man. This is the device used in implementing the RFID CHIP. This is the Karax. You see, at the end, it's got a sharp point to be able to penetrate the flesh, all right, to go under the flesh, you see. As you've always said, we want to go under your flesh. We want to surveillance you under your flesh. All right, we want to know your blood pressure, all right, your thoughts, all right, what you ate, everything, as the guy was saying. Lord, when we go to back to that video, man. But this is the Karax, man. How can it not be talking about this, man? You have camps to try and subvert this, you know, prophecy, you know, and try and not talk about it. But hey, you were leading your congregation. Really, you doing bad for yourself and your congregation, man. Because at the end of the day, you're not warning your congregation, all right, about this prophecy. Hey, you're going to be destroyed right along with the people that you deceive, man. You see, this is a very important prophecy. Because when this prophecy come to pass, all right, your congregation, they're going to take it because they weren't conditioned, all right, and constantly fed not to take it. You know, don't take it. Don't take it. You see? But this is the Karax, man. All right, let's go back. It says Karax, a pale. It says to sharpen to a point. Akin to the idea of scratching a pale or stake or palisade. You think of a fence post. You know, you got a sharpened point so you can drive it into the earth. You see the same thing with the syringe. All right, you got the sharp point at the end, and then you cut into the hand. All right, and implement the what? That charagma. All right, so now let's go back. Let's go to the root word of karax, which is grapho. It says to write with reference to the form of letters, to delineate form of letters on a tablet, parchment paper, or other material. You know, stuff like going into this. This is going into the information that will be written on that charagma, the mark, the information, your medical records, your banking information, social security, everything is going to be on that chip. Your whole identity is going to be on that chip. You see, now if you don't have that chip, you're not a human. You see? With this new, I believe someone said, you know, with this thing coming out, it's going to change the definition of a human, man. You see, so the whole new definition of a human is going to be basically, if you don't got this chip, you don't got the mark. Hey, you're not classified as a human. You see, if you're not enhanced with technology or AI or this chip, you're not considered a human. You see, but going back into the point, all right, grapho. It's talking about the information that will be written on this thing, man. All right, and if you don't have it, basically you're going to be exiled from the society. You're not going to be considered a person. You know, so let's go back, man. How can this Revelation 13 and 16? How can this not be talking about the RFID chip, man? We just broke it down. We just been broken down hundreds and hundreds of times, man, by us here at GMS. You see, it says he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. You see, in that mark, and if you don't have the mark, you will not be able to buy and sell or participate in society. Now, if you were to have the mark, you'll be able to buy and sell in the society. But at the end of the day, what? In Revelation 14, it says there's going to be a judgment for it. You're going to be destroyed by Yahweh Shai. You see, we don't have to get it, but there's a punishment for that. You see, that's why we constantly tell those who follow GMS, we constantly tell our people, look, don't take the mark of the beast. All right, you're going to be destroyed. Don't bow down to this man's system. Because ultimately, it's just a system of control. You know, they try and make it seem, you know, they try and present, all right, this, how do you say it? The C-hip, they try and present it as it's something good, you know, Neuralink, or it can heal people who were, you know, make people who were once blind see, people with paralyzed, they can now walk. You see, is being introduced as something good, but really it's a trap. It's to trap you in and to control you, man, to where you're just a digital slave, all right, a digital cattle, man. All right, let's go back into this video. Let's rewind it back.
We go or who we meet, they want to know what's happening under our skin. What is our body temperature? What is our blood pressure? What is our medical condition? Now, Harari is clear.
Right, what is your blood pressure? What is your medical condition? See, the grapho, the information on that chip. That chip is constantly going to be collecting, all right, data within your body. All right, he ate this, his blood sugar spiked at this time, you know, so that means he probably ate something sugary, you know, shit like that. This man is going to know what you're eating, what you're thinking, how you're feeling, all that, man.
Clearly a man who wants to get under your skin, and he just might succeed. Another recent interview finds him waxing philosophical. Quote, now humans are developing even bigger powers than ever before. We are really acquiring divine powers of creation and destruction. We are really upgrading humans into gods. We are acquiring, for instance, the power to re-engineer human life. As Kierkegaard once said of Hegel when he talked about the absolute, when Harari talks about the future, he sounds like he's going up in a balloon. Forgive me, but a few last nuggets from Professor Harari will round out the picture of his philosophy and his lofty hopes and dreams. Quote, humans are now hackable animals. You know, the whole idea that humans have this soul or spirit, that they have free will and nobody knows what's happening inside of me. Whatever I choose, whether in the election or in the supermarket, that's my free will. That idea is over, he says. Harari.
And plus, there is no free will. All right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, he controls all the hearts of men. All right, heart in the Hebrew is mind, which means, well, heart in the Hebrew is lob, which means your mind. The Lord is controlling all the minds of the men, man. Everybody on the earth. Everything's been sanctioned, all right, by the Heavenly Father. If you wake up one day and you go into the store, all right, you go back home, all right, that's all been planned out by the Heavenly Father. You see?
Explains that to hack human beings, you need a lot of computing power and a lot of biometric data, which was not possible until recently with the advent of AI. In 100 years, he argues, people will look back and identify the COVID crisis as the moment when a new regime of surveillance took over, especially surveillance under the skin, which I think, he says, is the most important development of the 21st century, which is the ability to hack human beings. People rightly worry that their iPhone or their Alexa device has become a surveillance listening device. And indeed, the microphone on that device can be turned on even when the device itself is turned off. But imagine a wearable device or even an implantable device that moment to moment tracks your heart rate, blood pressure, and skin conductance.
Look at that. It went from the phone, all right, outside the skin, all right, surveillance. Now it's going inside your skin surveillance. You see, gradualism, man. Esau does things by gradualism. He'll slowly introduce, all right, this digital, all right, surveillance to you slowly, man, to get the people more acclimated to it.
Uploading that biometric data to the cloud. That moment to moment tracks your heart rate, blood pressure.
See, tracks your heart rate, blood pressure,
and skin conductance.
Skin conductance.
Uploading that biometric data to the cloud. Now, anyone with that.
Right, uploading that data to the cloud, man. All right, all that data is being sent to their data servers. All right, and then they're analyzing this data.
Access to that data could know your exact emotional response to every statement made while, for example, watching the presidential debate. They could gauge your thoughts and your feelings about each candidate and
They can gauge your thoughts and your feelings about each candidate, man. You see, they're going to be able to do this through, all right, that mark, man, written in Revelation 13 and 16, man. All right, and this is the point of the lesson that I want to get into, man. Esau Edom is a control freak. He has a severe God complex, man. He wants to play God upon the earth, man. He is lofty. All right, and the Lord has made him so, just so he can bring him down. Matter of fact, let's rewind this again.
Example, watching the presidential debate. Access to that data could know your exact emotional response to every statement made while, for example, watching the presidential debate. They could gauge your thoughts and your feelings about each candidate and each issue discussed, even if you never spoke a word. Now,
Even if you never spoke a word, man, you even got to say nothing. All right, they'll know your thoughts, your emotions, man. This is all miracles on the left-hand side, the wicked side, man. See, they get their power from the spiritual demon Satan on the left-hand side, man. All right, and then that's why they're allowed to be able to create things like this, to be able to real how you to know your thoughts, your emotions, man. All right, so let's get let me get let's see, let's get Second Ezra's, man, because the Heavenly Father is the only one, all right, that knows the thoughts of man. This man is trying to exalt himself above, all right, the Heavenly Father. You see, let's get it. Second Ezra 16. And let's see. From Lord willing, bear with me. Slack, yeah. Here we go. Second Ezra 16 and verse 63. It says, surely he knoweth your intentions and what you think in your hearts, even them that sin and would hide their sin. You see, so the Heavenly Father, he knows our thoughts. He knows what we're thinking. And every little thing we're thinking, the Heavenly Father, he hears those thoughts. He knows it. This is the only God this is the only God that knows the hearts of men. Well, he's the only God. You see, Yahweh. He knows the hearts of, and really his son too, Yahweh Shai. When Yahweh Shai came on the scene, he knew what certain men were thinking, man. You see, but this devil, Esau, Edom, he trying to be like the Most High. He trying to exalt himself above the Most High. He's trying to know the thoughts of men too. You see? Let's get hold on. I think there was a more in there. Hold on. Here we go. 216 and 54, it says, behold, this is the one that I really wanted to get. It says, 216 and 54, it says, behold, the Lord knoweth the works of men, their imaginations, their thoughts, and their hearts. You see? The Lord knows all our thoughts, man. Everything that we're going to do, that we have done, and that we're doing now. He knows all the thoughts that we thought in the past, all the thoughts that we thought thinking now, and all the thoughts that we're going to think in the future, man. You see? The Lord is the supreme power. Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, supreme powers. You see? With the Heavenly Father at the top and his son, Yahweh Shai. All right, they know the thoughts of men. All right, so let's get, it was something I wanted to get, let's get, exalts. Bear with me, Slakia. I don't have these precepts written down. Slakia, hold on, bear with me. Okay, here we go. Let me get Second Ezra. Well, not Second Ezra, Second Thessalonians. All right, 2 and verse 4. It says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the God, man, or that is worship, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High, man. You see, so he's going to be able to know the thoughts of men, all right, that have this mark. You see, they're going to be able to do this through the chip. You see, and they're going to deceive the people in taking that thing and forcing the people to take that thing. All right, this is how he's going to play. All right, God upon the earth, man. But the Lord ain't going to allow him, all right, to really fulfill it, really to enjoy his NWO, to really enjoy controlling the whole people, man. Because as soon as this devil implement his chip, hey, the Lord is going to destroy him, man, and destroy his old NWO, his kingdom, and everything, man. All right, let's get Isaiah 47. We'll probably end it there. All right, that's really the point of the lesson. Like Esau, man, he's a control freak, man. He has a God complex. You see, he's not satisfied with just having the fatness of the earth and having all the money. No, he want to control the people now. He want to have total control over the people, and it's been a gradual thing, all right, ever since his he came in to power. It's been a gradual thing, all right, slowly, all right, taking control over the people, man, until fully in his NWO, where he have total control over the people, man. And Esau Edom's NWO, His new world order, hey, there is security is going to be non-existent in Esau Edom's NWO, man. You ain't gonna have no rights. You ain't gonna have no control. You see, everything's gonna be monitored. All right, your food consumption will be monitored. What you eat will be monitored. Where you go will be monitored. You can't go here. You can't go there. You can only stay in the 15-minute cities. All right, everything's gonna be controlled in your life, man. Now, is that a life to live? Hell no. Nah. You see, that's why it's better to come back into Yahweh by Shema Shai. You see? Let's get Isaiah 47 and verse 8. Let's see. I'm in Ezekiel, Salakia. 47, it says 8. It says, Isaiah 47:8 says, therefore, hear now this, thou art given to pleasures. Right, talking about Esau, Edom, are the elites of the society. It says, that dwellest carelessly, that sayest in mine heart, I am, and none else beside me. And who's the only one that says that? That's the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Isaiah 45 speaks about, all right, how the Lord said, look, I am, and no one else beside me, man. But now you got this devil, Esau, Edom. He's now saying, look, I am, and it says, I am, and none else beside me. Meaning what? He's the supreme power. There's nobody else beside him. You know, it says that dwelleth carelessly and says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Right, meaning what? That basically there ain't gonna be no loss of life on American soil, like the American people. You see, because we know, all right, through prophecy that America, all right, will experience war on the soil, all right, by foreign troops. You see, and Americans are going to lose their lives on the soil. You see, but in this devil's heart, he's saying, look, ain't nothing gonna happen to us. All right, we ain't gonna have no loss of life, no American lives lost on this place, on this land. You see, verse 9, it says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments, man. You see, so the Lord, at the end of the day, all right, the Lord is going to bring down, all right, Esau, Edom, and his kingdom, man. All right, for the abundance of his sorceries, for his pride, for his wickedness, for his oppression of the Israelites. Everything, you know, this devil has done is basically, it's been building up, all right, for the ultimate time of the Lord to judge this damn place, man. All right, but that was pretty much it, man. Esau, Edom is a complete control freak, man. He has a God complex. He wants to be better than the Most High. That's why you had Yuval Harari. He said, look, and this is the same devil that's being talked about in that this dude is talking about. You know, Yuval Noah Harari, he said, look, we don't need God. We can create our own water. The God, he sends a famine, you know, he sends a drought. We can create our own water. We can create our own food. You know? See, that's the mindset of these devils, man. They're proud. God, they want to play, they perceive themselves as gods. You see? But that's not true, man. All right, the Heavenly Father is the only supreme power, man. He's coming back to judge these damn devils, man. And to show them who's the big dog, man. You know, show them who's the supreme power, you know, once he takes them down. But that was pretty much it. You know, hopefully this lesson was edifying. You know, but with that, just want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rechak Badash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and salutations unto the elect. Shalom.